Attention employees, it is our daily 3 o'clock. Time for story time. Please convert into the conference room. Thank you. Yay!
Merry Christmas, everyone, far and near. I have a new story to read you this year. So gather up your hot chocolates and gin and gather round as we begin. Wrong book, sorry. Some time ago, among the sagebrush and sand, was the town of Falling Waters, a rather bland land. There you didn't have to search hard to find a man that stood out from the rest of his kind. The locals all knew him as the great galloping Gary Ump, who would sell any Hughes Whatsit or dish dingle from the top of his stump. He dibbled and dabbled in every gadget he'd find if it meant the potential of making a dime. But you know, that's not all the Gary Ump was known for. He loved racing round on his two-wheeled doof-dingle, which his fans did adore. He'd whiz by with such skill and such speed, at speeds much faster than the judges believed. Everyone watching would wholeheartedly agree it was the most amazing display they ever did see. Then one day that I can remember quite keen, as the crowd gathered round the old racing scene, the racers were preparing and shaking hands and waving to their fans up in the stands. Then one racer arrived who was quite the sight, with hair gray as smoke and teeth black as night. He was covered in grime, and every so often you'd see green clouds billow from his tri-colored, tri-cycled, toot-trottin' DTV. The flag was dropped and the racers took speed, and the great Gary Ump quickly took lead. Suddenly his doof-dingle hit a large bump, but the bump was the hump of a large hairy wump. The wump, being angry from the lump on his hump bump, flattened the Gary Ump and his doof-dingle with one big thump. Paramedics hurried over and tried in vain to put the Gary Ump back together again. They rushed him to the doctors, who all pondered and prodded. They often concurred and some quietly nodded. Suddenly from the back a voice exclaimed with delight, "Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology all right. We can build the world's first bionic man. Make him stronger than a stirk and faster than a who's scan." Moving with speed and precision quite keen, they replaced everything from his thumb to his spleen. When the Gary Ump later awoke, he felt like a new man, but also, for some reason, a little like a tin can. As he recovered, he felt a warmth grow in his chest. It was the new heart they put in, at his wife's request. It pumped fluids and oils filled with lubricants and dyes, but most important of all, the heart was 3 times the size. He felt joy and happiness rise from within as it spread to his face with a huge curling grin. He felt much more happy than ever before as he jumped out of bed and did a dance on the floor. From that moment on, he shared his newfound affection by taking the business he grew in a new corporate direction. Starting that night, the workers and salesmen alike had to start building toys and wearing green tights. They built mechanical reindeer and a bright, shiny sleigh, filled it with toys and goodies for Christmas Day, while the Gary Ump adorned a jacket covered in cotton and beads and grew a curly white beard at bionic speeds. When Christmas Eve did arrive, they were ready to go, and everyone hurried out into the snow, watching the Gary Ump take off into the night with his mechanical reindeer, a remarkable sight. He traveled around the globe spreading good cheer, giving gifts to the children both far and near, then returned home as the sun started to rise. They all celebrated by eating turkey and pies. And to this day, everyone's sons and their daughters living down in a town of falling waters. Listen for the joyous cry in the shallow evening light. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Hey, that was kind of fun. Now, get back to work!
Let's go.